Hi, I'm Josiah.
And I'm Elizabeth.
And this is Worth Watching. Alright, ready to start the show?
Oh, so that's where I put that airbag. Hello and welcome to this episode of Worth Watching. Today we're reviewing Neighbors, starring Seth Rogen and Zac Efron.
So the plot of this movie follows a young couple, Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne, and their daughter, who have just moved into this new neighborhood, and there's a vacant house next to them, and they don't know who's going to move in, and who should move in except for an entire fraternity, turning it into a frat house. And this fraternity throws all-night parties and is always loud and is just completely obnoxious. And so Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne decide to try to sort of push them out of the house in a sort of passive-aggressive way, and hence a giant prank war ensues, and it's a crazy fest of debauchery and frat house antics.
So this movie was a comedy, and it only really had funny parts. There was no like drama or anything. It was just humor. And sometimes they got the funny parts right, but sometimes it was just awkward.
And the kind of humor that I think worked best that they had in this movie was the dialogue humor, the verbal humor, just really funny, clever things people would say, and then the reactions they'd have to that. The lines were delivered great, and you had a lot of really, really funny, just short bits of dialogue that make you laugh really hard all the way into the next scene.
And their reactions really sold, like, the reactions to funny parts was what really sold.
Right.
And it made you laugh really hard.
Right, because if you have someone saying something funny, it's fairly funny, and then the person's reaction to that, though, can be completely pushed over the top, and that's what really made those moments in this film. Another thing that worked really well was anytime there was slapstick humor in this film. Normally, I'm not a huge, slapstick fan, but when it was done in this film, they only added in a couple moments, but it was done really well. And I would have liked to see more of that elegant slapstick that they did. I know it sounds like a contradiction, but it's true. Than just the amount of raunchiness that's in the movie. And it wasn't, for the most part, even raunchy humor. It was just there for the sake of being we are having R-rated comedy, so we better throw a bunch of boobs into the mix. It felt sort of like it was there without actually real purpose, and so it kind of detracted from the film. So Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne played the parents. What did you think of them?
I really liked their characters and the chemistry they had in this movie, but I felt like when they were more serious, that they were more realistic and more relatable, which made them more funny.
Yeah, and I think that's the point, is that they're sort of, the straight man character movie. They're the people who you're supposed to relate with, and so when they're acting more realistically, things work really well. Like you were saying, their reactions sell things. And I'm generally not a huge Seth Rogen or Zac Efron fan. I don't like Zac Efron. I normally find Seth Rogen really annoying, but I think Zac Efron is actually good in this movie. He fits the role of this sort of frat boy really well, and so that works, and you can laugh at him for it. And Seth Rogen plays more of, he's gotten a little older. He no longer sort of plays the annoying sidekick as much anymore. He's now, just sort of the dad who's trying to sort of not let go of his youth, and he fits that role well too, and so you enjoy watching him in it. Alright, so as a whole, what would you rate this movie on a scale of A through F?
I'm going to have to give it a high C, just because it didn't really get up there, but it was funny.
I'll go just above that and give it a really, really low B. And by that I mean just above a C, because there were a lot of moments I enjoyed, but I thought the first half of the movie wasn't that funny. I thought it could have been paced better. I thought there was a lot of stuff that just didn't hit as well as it should have. And so it's not a movie I'd necessarily watch again, but if you're a Seth Rogen fan, it's definitely something you'll enjoy. If you're a fan of frat comedies, definitely check it out.
Thanks for watching this episode of Worth Watching.
Remember to like if you liked the video, comment down below on your thoughts on Neighbors and your favorite frat comedy if you have one, and of course subscribe if you want to see more. Bye.